new year, new you, right? Anybody have big goals for 2025? Anyone give up on them already? Don't answer that, please. Don't answer it. 75% of people have given up on their goals already at this point in the year. I was one of those people that gave up on their New Year's goals early on. So, the spirit of vulnerability, I'd like to share with you my personal story today on how I was able to flip this mantra and start achieving my New Year's goals. So, I appreciate it. So, how do we change that mantra? How do we execute our New Year's goals and create real change in our lives that sticks? Simon Sinek, the PhD author, best-selling author, will tell you, it starts with why. What's your why, Jake? Why do you want real change? Well, I was in my early 20s when I flipped this a few years ago, and I didn't have a compelling why at that point in my life. I was young, I was single, I enjoyed selling insurance a lot, drinking a lot of Busch Lights, eating wings with my boys, and having a lot of fun, and there wasn't a big why at the time. So I lived a little bit of a different life. That was me and two of my best friends, Al and Josh. And as my good buddy Al would tell you from his lessons at war, that complacency kills. But it doesn't just kill at war, it kills in your business, it kills in your personal life, it kills in your finances. So I disagree with Simon. I don't think it starts with why, I think it starts with who. Find your who. My buddies Josh and Al and I were selling insurance young in our career, and I went to the doctor one day. And the doctor comes in and he's like, hey man, your blood pressure is sky high, you gotta go on some meds. Apparently, Busch Light, caffeine, and high stress from opening an insurance agency wasn't a great formula for the blood pressure. Not to mention, I hated exercise. If you can believe that, I actually hated exercise. So I knew the strategy had to change because I went out at this alone several times, failing. So I left the doctor's office searching for who could help me achieve my goals. And I called my buddies Josh, Al, and Matt, and they welcomed joining the ride. There's a study, it's called the Grant Study. If you Google it, Grant Study, you'll find a TED Talk, and you'll find lots of different articles about the longest study ever conducted on human happiness. And what they found conclusively in the Grant Study is that human happiness comes from quality relationships. We're more disconnected than ever. And the thing that makes us happiest and healthiest the most, and actually improves longevity, is the quality of our relationships. Now this study is pretty legit. It's been going on for over 75 years. They're actually on the fourth director of the study. And it's gone so long that there's only 60 participants still alive today. They've started to study the participants' children, actually. But the results are conclusive. It's about relationships and how we invest in cultivating relationships together. So, if you're achieving the things you want to achieve and you're hanging around your circle with the right mindset and the right attitude for the goals you want to achieve, great. Invest in those people further. Cultivate a deeper relationship with them. Have study groups, have breakfast. What you'll find is you'll live a happier, healthier, more productive life. If you're around the people that don't ignite your fire, that don't help you grow in the same direction and achieve the goals you want to achieve, find a new group to run with, or bring them along with you to chase big dreams and achieve goals together. So lucky for me, my buddies Al, Josh, and a few, they said, hey, we want to change too. We want to achieve bigger results together. So my buddy Al read this book, The Compound Effect, by Darren Hardy. It's a great book to start your New Year with. I encourage you all to check it out. It's a short read. But all it is about the power of small habits compounded over time equal massive results. So we all read the book, The Compound Effect, Little Book Club. And we started pursuing our goals January, roughly 10 years ago. Now, we started very simple. Again, I hated exercise. I didn't like getting up early either. So the thought of getting up at 5:30 in the morning to meet my buddies at the gym was awful. And that's why I couldn't do it. If it was up to me, I would still be snoozing in my bed. But when my buddies were waiting for me at the gym, the mantra changed. I didn't want to let them down. We also gamified it a bit. We made it pretty fun. When one of us didn't show up, we'd use each other for a text message all day long. So you learned your lesson. And you showed up. Now we were all selling insurance as well. So whoever was leading in production the prior week, we made it a game that you got to run the workouts the next week. And you got to run it like a drill sergeant. So we kind of made it fun, yelled at each other. Now, I took my role as a drill sergeant pretty seriously when I got to run the workouts. And one day I was yelling at Josh, and in his face a little bit, it's a drill sergeant, and Josh is a little bigger than me. So he got so mad at me that he wrestled me to the ground in the middle of the gym floor of the MAC, for those of you who know the MAC. Everybody's just staring at us in the middle of the MAC like we're a bunch of idiots, because we obviously were. And but we made it fun. We started simple, 3 days a week, just lifting weights. And we showed up. We just showed up. It later expanded, though. We started nutritional challenges. So we do diets for 30 days, like paleo diet or whatever. And what we would do is we would send each other pictures of our meals to prove that we were following the diet. Accountability works. Find your who. So we later expanded to Friday breakfast, which we gave a business study group, as well as accountability for our workouts. So we have a hard workout and then a breakfast on Fridays. We talk about our goals. We set 90-day targets. 1-year goals are too long, but you can focus on a 90-day target. And the Friday breakfast was like our scoreboard to discuss with them. So the habits compounded, activity plus time equals massive results, and it worked. Our community grew a little bit. It became contagious. More and more people joined in our workouts and breakfasts. They wanted to join us in the sauna. They wanted to join us at breakfast because it was working. That's everybody today. We're missing a few, but everybody's doing very well. They're flourishing in their relationships, their health, and their businesses are booming. My buddy Al there at the end, he's actually an author of 2 books and runs a multi-million-dollar company. The compound effect worked. The accountability worked. We found our who, and we got results from it. But this system that I'm sharing with you, it doesn't just work for fitness or whatever. It works for your business. It works for your family goals and whatever you want to pursue. The accountability piece, keeping it simple, creating a compelling scoreboard, celebrating the fellowship and your people, about growing relationships to live a happier, healthier life too. And what we found too is your health is a business strategy. When we put our health as a priority, everything in our business results change as well. So this is my family scoreboard. That's my oldest daughter, Logan. She's 4. The scoreboard works in everything. When you create a compelling visual scoreboard, this is the big S calendar. We got 3 of those. We're going to give away today, actually. When you create a compelling visual scoreboard, it increases your chances of achieving that goal by 40%. If you create a scoreboard, a visual scoreboard, and you enlist an accountability partner, your who, your odds of achieving that goal go up by 90%. You're basically invincible with your who in a scoreboard for tracking your activity and results. So we do it in our family too. We block off the most important things we want to achieve as a family each year, and you can't miss it. It's blocked off. Everything with work fits on around it, and that big ass calendar is just sitting in my living room. So it's great. Now, I don't want to discount what Simon has to say. Having a strong why does help. So a few years ago, I was able to strengthen my why a little bit. I was leaving for a work event that had to be in Rapids, and I said goodbye to my daughter Logan. And she comes to me, Daddy, crying, why are you leaving? She always asks me, why do you have to go to work? Why do you have to go to work? So off the cuff, I say, Logan, those coconut waters you like to drink are expensive. And you guys know if you drink coconut water, it's expensive. So I had to go to work. So we went to Grand Rapids for the week, and it bothered me that I dropped the ball as a parent. I didn't have a strong why that I shared with my daughter at the time. Now, we spend over 30% of our lives working in our careers, away from our families, and it's important to us. that's too much time to go through the motions and not be able to tell our families the strong work and important work that we do every day. So now when I leave for a work event, they still ask me why every time I have to go to work. Why do you have to go to work? I tell Logan and Noel that someone needs me. They need my help. They may need my inspiration. They may need my encouragement. And I'm out to look for that person every day. Now, all of you have some opportunities for significant whys as well. The insurance environment is complex as it's ever been. Your customers need you. Your leaders, your communities need you. Your families need you. And Farm Bureau Insurance needs you for this culture. So as I leave you today, I ask you to do this. Pick a goal and find your who. There's two types of goals. There's profitable goals, things that you can likely achieve. You can probably achieve them. You could be running a 5K, walking a 5K, tier 1 life production. You can probably do it. Or there's possible goals. These possible goals are goals that you don't know if you can achieve. They scare you a little bit. They make you uncomfortable. You can do it in your business. You can do it in your health. But when you set out for a possible goal, it fires you up. When I signed up for my first Ironman, I didn't know how to swim in open water, and I signed up. I literally did not know if I could complete it. I was just like, I'm going to figure this out. I had anxiety attacks every time I get in open water, but I signed up anyway. And what a possible goal does to you, it fires you up, it ignites you. You get passionate around it, it consumes you. Your identity actually changes around it. But you'll never forget achieving a possible goal. And most importantly, you'll never forget who was alongside you when you did.